Hi, and welcome.
I'm Z,
And I'm Keith.
and we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we add humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show.
Okay, cool. As previously stated off mic, I may be a little loopy for this.
Yay, it's Loopy Dad.
Just because I have a migraine, and I don't know.
You took that amiprovoline?
I took the yeah. I don't know if I've talked about this on mic. Maybe I have. They gave me.
Okay.
Sorry, it feels really good to stare off into space. Okay,
That's
okay.
fine.
Sorry. I know. So, I've had migraines for a long time, and I've always been told like that I don't get them enough to like be on medication.
Right.
And finally, my doctor was like, "Yeah, you don't need daily meds, but I can give you something to like ease migraines when they happen." And I was like, "What?" So she gave me what is called an abortive, which I don't really understand. I've tried to look it up, and it's just like it gets rid of the headache. What causes the headache? And I'm like, right, but why is it called an abortive? Anyway,
It aborts the headache.
I know, but like that's funny. Like, what makes it abort a headache? Like, I don't know the
functionality.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's
Chemicals.
Yeah. Oh, okay. She said that it was either going to be. She said, I was a little worried because she said, if it works, it's going to be awesome. If it doesn't work, it's going to make your head hurt more.
Right.
And I was like, love it. Let's get, I was
Given
like,
your history with medication.
and yeah, I was like, okay, let's try this out and see, let's try this one out and then move on to the next one as quickly as possible. But it worked like first try. It takes a minute. Like I have to be smart about taking them, which I'm not always smart about taking them because I'm just so used to like nothing working that it doesn't always click.
Right.
I'll be like, I have a migraine, and I'll be like, oh right, I have meds for that, and then like I'll wait a while, and like if I don't take it right away, it doesn't get rid of it. And like I guess that's why it's called an abortive. Like it gets rid of it before it fully matures into a baby.
Well, life begins at
abortion.
conception?
Yes.
Is that what
yes.
Is that the same?
Yes, it is.
Conception.
Life begins at inception. Yeah, anyway. So if I I have like a little window where I get like very like I feel a little stoned.
Mm-hmm.
But not like it's sort of like it's not quite like it doesn't feel like I'm high. Like it doesn't feel like I'm good high. It feels sort of like my faculties are it feels like I don't have
You feel impaired.
Yeah. So it's like it's not quite good because it's not like a good feeling because it's just like if you get like if someone like if you drink something that you think is non-alcoholic and there's alcohol in it, you're like, wait, hold on, this is weird. It kind of feels like that. Like I know it's gonna But it doesn't always do that. That's the thing I think that weirds me out is that it doesn't always make me feel that way.
Mm.
So, hi and welcome.
I'm Z. Keith.
And I'm
I'm
Keith. And we're going to tell you about the movie we just watched. But first, sorry.
They just heard this.
double impact.
D double impact?
Yeah, I was going to say Deep Impact, and I was like,
Oh.
no.
Double D impact.
Yeah, well, technically, in this movie.
Not
yeah.
technically.
Technically. There's 2 double Ds in this movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Those aren't double Ds. Single digits.
Don Jlod.
At Tanagra.
Oh.
You loved it. I could tell.
It was fine. I liked the amount of tits that were in it, and I liked the
amount was fine. Just the quality.
I liked
Quantity.
how
Quality.
I like how long that sex scene went on. That was just. It wasn't even a fantasy. It was like the opposite. It was like a nightmare. Like he's imagining his twin brother having sex with his girlfriend.
Oh, see, unclear. Yeah, I couldn't tell whose it was. I guess it was maybe both of theirs.
Oh yeah. Because twins share everything.
Well, and apparently this idea started as a Corsican twins.
As a what?
Corsican twins premise.
I don't know what that means.
I know. I can tell.
Okay.
I don't know. I assume it comes from an old novel or something, but a set of twins that feel each other's pain.
Oh, interesting.
Cheech and Chong did a Corsican twins movie.
I'm your brother, Luis!
You're lying. My brother wasn't Mexican.
Look, it's me!
Twins so close, they actually had each other's feelings, so that even when they fought, they truly felt for each other.
Okay. Don't believe that.
Yeah.
But apparently that was what JCVD wanted to do. And it didn't.
And they said no.
In the trivia, it talks about how he approached Andrew Payun, who I know we've seen movies directed by him.
Really?
At least one. I can't remember what.
That name doesn't even ring a bell.
I'm so shocked.
I'm incapacitated or
Yeah, that's why I'm not afraid of you.
rude.
Yeah.
What's cool is I still am in pain.
Best of both worlds.
I love it when it hurts still, and I'm
Albert. Why is he not linked to? That's sloppy.
I tried to look at trivia last night, and I was like, I don't care to read
Yeah, most of it's
so much as like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm like, I don't want to read this. I don't care.
Oh, he did Nemesis. That's
What's that?
we watched Nemesis. It's like a low budget sci-fi movie that involves like cyborgs.
Oh, okay.
We watched it a long time ago.
Yeah, a
like
long
early
time
in
ago,
the-
pre-pod, yeah. Okay.
That may be the only.
That's so wild that like I think it was I like it's like very
He did the 1990 Captain America.
oh god. Is that the one with Jennifer Connelly? No. I'm thinking of Rocket Man. Or whatever.
Rocketeer,
Yeah.
but that's which is not Iron Man, by the way.
Correct.
What?
He went to him with a Corsican twins.
Okay, yes, Connolly. Okay, Garner is the one I thought. For whatever reason, a long time ago, those two names got conflated in my brain, and that's why I ended up having that what appears to be an obsession with Jennifer Connelly.
Okay.
Because anytime her name gets mentioned, I have to rattle off films that she's in, that I know she's in.
Requiem for a Dream.
But that's, no.
Phenomena.
I don't know that one, or that one. I mean, I don't know that she's in those. I believe you.
You've seen those.
Correct. But
Okay. Jennifer Connelly was not in Alias.
correct.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I feel like you're not hearing anything.
No, I am, but you told me about Phenomena. It's where she can control like insects
Oh, yeah,
or something.
yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of the one with
Oh, John Travolta.
Yeah.
That's Phenomenon.
okay.
Yeah.
Something like a phenomenon. Mm-hmm. Which I like to reference because
Because you hate. Yeah, yes.
I'm talking about LL Cool J.
Oh,
I don't know what you're on.
this song.
Something like a phenomenon.
Yeah, it's a yeah song too. Sorry.
Is it a cover?
I don't know. I don't.
Anyway, I'm like, so a phenomenon? Because
Yeah.
it's a pretty vague term.
Yeah.
Gotcha, LL. James. Oh.
Whoa.
Anyway. So there's two twins separated at birth. Literally. Well, not at birth. 3
Not at
months
birth.
old. 3 months old.
6.
Okay. Whatever.
It's just because it's mentioned so many fucking times in the movie. He's like, you were 6 months old. I've taken care of you since you were 6 months old. You were 6 months old. Like, I
I
just
really
really.
thought it was 3, but okay.
Any more surprises, like maybe I own a grocery store in Zimbabwe?
Chad. Now listen to me. I raised you ever since you were 6 months old. I brought you up like you were my own kid.
One of them is raised by Geoffrey Lewis. He's the best part of the movie for me, honestly.
Oh, 100%. Like, it's so unbelievable that he is the, like, the worst. I'm supposed to believe that he's, like, some militaristic, like,
Well, he was in
jack of all trades.
He was in the NAM.
Well, yeah, I know, but like he's like a bodyguard in the beginning, and he's like got all this like he can like I'm like this dude.
He's basically Thomas Magnum. You know,
Yeah,
got the hat and the stash. Magnum. Anyway, we opened in Hong Kong at the opening of some channel. 20. It turns out it's 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. Because we get a flash forward to the present day.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, whatever. The cockamamie premise. I don't care about like
Caca.
the twins have some
Right, I'm
presumed legal right to the.
Yeah, I have no
profit
idea.
from the
I have no
tunnel?
idea what any of that is because they're talking about like.
Oh wait, their dad was the architect.
Yeah.
and so he never got paid. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Because that's
But-
why they killed him.
Oh, what? Yeah, all that was so
Ridiculous.
like. I'm like, I get that this is supposed to be like a reason for you guys to go to Hong Kong. I get that, but like this premise, like I don't give a fuck about like
no.
you guys have a right to what was yours or whatever.
You ever hear a guy named Nigel Griffith?
That's like asking a New Yorker if he's ever heard of Donald Trump.
What about Raymond Zhang?
Yeah. What about him?
And what's all this got to do with Alex anyway?
It's simple. The Victoria Harbor Tunnel was built by a man that I used to work for after I finished my tour in Nam. Halfway through construction, he ran into money problems, so he pulled in Griffiths as an equity partner. Now, Griffith got his cash from a secret loan courtesy of the Zhang family. When the tunnel was completed and my employer's construction expertise was no longer needed, they had him and his wife X'd out by a triad hit team. Only the triads fucked up because they had 2 sons, babies, who they were going to wipe out too, so they wouldn't come back and claim what was rightfully theirs.
But like multiple times in the movie, it's like they say something that I'm like, yeah, this is a plot hole, because like they're owed this money, but like how, like at the time, I don't know that DNA was, I don't think DNA was something that was reliable enough for them to be able to be like, oh, we can just do a paternity test or whatever.
Right.
Like, they're like, how, okay, you guys are the kids of who, they don't know this. They spent their lives not knowing anything about their parents. And they just come back like the same age as what the twins would be. And they're like, we're owed all this money.
Right.
There's no evidence that they didn't die. Like, so I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, and they say that. They're like, how do you prove that you're not just like some guys? And then they're just like, anyway. And like, they don't ever answer that. And I was like, yeah, like, and I was like, okay, maybe they'll like, and the girl just keeps looking at a file.
Yeah.
But there's no, like, they don't say I'm like, what? There's nothing is being said about how to, and they're like, we're owed this. And then at the end, the guy's like, I'll give you 50%. And he's like, what about my father? And I'm like,
you can have 50% of him too.
I'm like, the guy you never fucking knew. I like how the dad died, like, fighting. But the mom was like brutally murdered, screaming for her kids. And they're like, what about my father? And I'm like, nobody gives a fuck about the mom who legitimately.
I actually said, fuck your mom, I guess.
But her death, I was like impressed with her death for 2 reasons. Okay. One, because I think they did a really good job of making her death like more brutal in 2 ways. One, she's like, she says something like, you can put the clip in, but she says something like, what's going to happen to my kids?
My babies! What'll happen to them?
You'll never know.
And then he fucking kills her. And I was like, that's fucking I'm like, that's good, because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that. And I was like, bam, that's I was like, damn, that is, wow. And then they... like
then dad just gets shot in a very boring fashion.
Right. The dad's like shooting at that. It's like a back and forth and he gets shot or whatever. And like, okay, that sucks, but like it's sort of like, he clearly this was like a thing he was prepared for in some way. So like, he had a gun, he had detail, all this shit. So like, okay, I'm not saying like, so it's whatever, but like it makes it not as like, you're not like, oh, that's so tragic that this guy that's, in a shootout died, you're like, okay. But like the wife was like an innocent party and she was wearing white. So she's innocent. They do a hard, but it's like a back and forth. I think it's like the bodyguard pulls up or whatever. And when he pulls up, like the taillights are like on the bodies of the husband and wife. Oh. And the wife, like, it's like her head is like just mangled. And I was like, whoa. Oh, like, it's just like blood. It's just like goopy blood all over. Wow. And I was like, damn. That. I was like, whoa. So they like very much emphasize how like violent and awful her death was. And then they're like, what about my dad? I never grew up knowing my dad. And I'm like, your dad fucking didn't give a shit. And like, was just like, well, this was kind of part of the job. And your mom was like begging for your lives. And you guys are like, my dad though. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned the thing, because it was something that was like immediately I thought of, because I was like, because Frank is like, I raised you in France. And I was like, okay, you just explained his accent. And then the other guy has like the same fucking accent. I mean, it's the same person, right? So I'm like, what? And you're like, oh, right. He was raised by French nuns. And I was like, oh. Oh,
I
so
love
like
it. How
if you
many-
had
they
not
do this-
said that, I would have been like, why don't they fucking explain
know.
it at all?
And
Because she's just like, ooh la la, and that's when she sees the baby. That's
one
like
scene, yeah. Fucking dumb. I'm like, how many of these movies that he was in did they have to decide they had to explain his accent?
I love how they're like, he's French, and he's like, hello, he's like, hello, everyone. And I'm like, that's not a French fucking ad. Like, you don't
know,
sound
I
French.
know.
You sound,
Well,
you
I
sound
do
a
like
little,
that because-
you sound a little fruity, sure, but not French.
This faggot. This faggot.
I do so I do kind of love that he's playing two roles, and almost like the nicer one is sort of like the better role a little bit. Like it's sort of like the nicer twin, the better twin, and he's just like constantly being called a fat and like does nothing about it,
Yeah, right.
and like doesn't care. And I'm like, is this like, ally? Like what, because he's just like, nobody gives a like, he gets called that, and like, I love that his brother's like calls him a fat, and then is like, you were sleeping with my girlfriend, and I'm like, okay, so which is it? Like, but like, I think he calls him that after he accuses them of hooking up, and I'm like, that's very
I
funny.
don't
And
think
like,
he even actually accuses them.
well, yeah.
He just takes it.
Oh, right. He's just like, oh, that's really convenient. You two walk in together from the boat that you took to rescue her.
Yeah.
Convenient that you both arrived at the same time. You must have been fucking. I'm like, what? I like how they're like, what the fuck is she doing here? And I'm like, no one's asking if she's okay. Like, she's quite literally like disheveled.
No, I love.
And they're like, oh, I guess you guys fucked.
Uncle Frank is just like constantly just horrible to her. I was joking in the first scene that had two of them where they're at the table all
Yeah.
together, and he's like, "Where'd you get this dizzy broad?" He doesn't say that, but he may as well. He says something just as awful, and she walks off. I don't remember.
It's just like, yeah.
She's been lacking for Garfield for 5 years now. Whatever his name-
Garfield.
Alan
The
Scarf.
cat also.
Get out of here, Garfield. Also, Alan Scarf is in this movie, who is one of my favorite Romulans.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, is that who I think it is? Yeah, of course. This is my favorite thing where, like, you'll do this a little bit with Bob's Burgers, too, where, like, you'll conflate seasons or episodes a little bit, which is, like, and
I
you'll
do.
do
I
that.
do have a blindness I've come to accept that I don't. I don't understand seasons.
which is
I
fine.
don't remember seasons.
And to be very clear, I'm not like commenting on that. I'm just saying that's a phenomenon that can happen specifically with like Star Trek, and like when we watch like, because a lot of times we'll watch like Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager, we'll like watch them back to back. So it's very, I think if you haven't, like me, retained every fucking episode of the series in your fucking child brain.
It wasn't.
And
It
grown
wasn't
up
in
with
my
it.
bottle
Exactly.
as an
Exactly.
infant.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't get like bothered if you're like, oh, I thought this happened on that episode or whatever. Like, I don't care about that. But I like retain so much that I'll just be like, no, actually that happened on this episode. And I can just like rattle. I'm a binar. I just start rattling off like Star Trek. You were like, oh, he's on that episode of Deep Space Nine. I was like, no, it's the Next Generation. You're like, no, it's Deep Space Nine. I was like, no, it's Next Generation. It's the one crossover episode that they have of the two episodes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just, and you're like, okay. And I'm like, and this is what happened. And then it is, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm referencing like Picard. I'm like, I was like, the crow in Picard is a reference to the dream that Data has in that episode because he dreams about a crow for the first time or whatever. And you're like, what? I'm just like, I know everything about this.
And
yet, man.
When I do it about other things, you're like, eyes roll back immediately. And
yeah, if you did it about Star Trek, I would be.
I know.
But if you're telling me...
I have other interests, though.
I I know, but if you're you'll be like, let me talk about some places, and I'm like, remember the other day?
I mean, actors like earlier when I was talking about Albert Pune.
No, but I'm like, I don't know that name. I just said I don't know that name. I wasn't saying that.
You just totally checked out.
Shut the fuck up. You
went out of your way to get a migraine, knowing I was going to bring that.
I can't argue with that. That's actually some solid logic. Remember the other day when we started talking about cardinal directions again?
Oh, yes. That's fun.
Like, I
enjoy when you're able to talk about it.
I just feel it like if like this is I'm owning this. I'm not saying, but I also refuse to change. Like, I'm not going to change this person.
That's the part that's hard.
I know, but if someone's like, you just go north, I think you're lying.
Yeah.
I think you're lying. North, that's not real. Like, stop saying shit like that. Like, that's so, like, the north side of the building. No, that's not a real thing. Like, that pisses me off so bad.
Fellas?
Also, I'm never going to know. To me, a building is just a random, it's just a place in a random.
What a chaotic universe you live in.
No, one time when I was seeing a very unprofessional therapy intern who liked to comment on my body, he
just great track record with
he was like
mental
asking,
health
he was like
specialists.
He was like asking me. I don't remember. I said that I like did a lot of. I was like talking about something. I was saying that like I try to like make notes to myself, like to get through the day, like be like, you know, write myself notes of encouragement, like put them up, like do this, like, you know. And he said, it sounds exhausting to be you. And I was like, thank you. Yeah. I was like, okay, thanks. Like, sorry that my coping mechanisms make you feel sad.
Go ahead and treat me for bipolar, though.
Right. Go ahead and treat me for bipolar. And when I say, but I don't have any of the symptoms, say,
and also
that
this
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Makes me see things.
I just like that.
Top-notch care from Rosecrans.
Absolutely. But I will say, I think one of the things that sort of like, I didn't know. I mean, I'm sure people experience hallucinations in different ways.
Sure.
So this isn't like the only type of hallucination someone can have. But I thought like all hallucinations were like, you see something extremely real.
Uh-huh.
But my hallucination was that like I would see like a shadow out of the corner of my eye, and I would rationalize what I saw in the most irrational way. Like, it was making me see things, but it was making my brain extremely irrational. Like, I saw a little, like, when I was on a lower dose of the medication. Oh, what the fuck happened?
It was a bug.
Oh, okay.
It looked very large.
I just want to say, while I was talking about hallucinations, and you're like, like, oh no, oh my God.
Contagious.
I was on a lower dose
suggestive.
of the medication. I was like, oh, I think I have mice because I keep seeing them moving out of the corner of my eye. When I got given a higher dose of the medication, the mouse got bigger, and I was like, it's a cat. So that's something that's very strange. Like, the higher the dose, the bigger the hallucination is. So that was weird. But in my head, I was like, there is a cat that is getting into my apartment. Mm-hmm. And that is obviously what is happening. And to me, that was what freaked me out, because like, it wasn't that I was like actually seeing a fucking cat. It was that I was making up the cat in my head. Being like, obviously that's what makes sense. And the fact that
to me, that sounds like how schizophrenia gets described.
Right. Yes. Right. Like, it made so much sense. And that's why I was like, but I didn't know until I got off the medication and thought about it. And I was like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, all of that was fun. So that was really what scared me, because like, to me, the most, like, the hallucination was like barely there, but it was my reaction to the hallucination that was like the really
rationalized it or
I
whatever.
rationalized it in such a psychotic way
Yeah.
that's really where I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's scary. That would be very scary.
right, because I'm like, and it really does give you like sort of a different look at like people who experience
Psychosis.
like right, because you're like, it seems
Have you
like
seen? There's these videos. I watched a few seconds of one. That's like, here's a first-person view of what it's like to have schizophrenia.
yeah. Oh, I have seen that. And it's there. I don't enjoy.
I'm sure
them.
it's very
Yeah.
controversial.
Well, it's also like people. I've seen those where people are showing what like an oral migraine looks like.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, oh, I don't get those. They'll be like, it starts like that, and it's literally like, you know how I think it like starts as like, you know, like if you look at a really bright light, and
That's
then you kind of
confusing,
have
'cause
that
that's
like,
that's the same word. That's aural,
yeah,
like aura.
yeah, right.
But it's going to be the
that's-
same. I know, but it's
Oh,
going to be
sorry.
the same spelling as aural, like sound,
Oh,
right?
I don't know.
Sorry.
But like it sort of like starts out like, you know, when you look at something bright and then you like turn away and you'll see sort of the
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
You know, you'll see it
Kind of
still,
a-
but
yeah,
it's,
right,
it
that
like makes an
image.
impression. It starts out like that, so it'll like start like that, and then it'll get like
Oh.
fuzzy, and it'll get bigger, and then it's like Buddy gets them,
Okay.
and he'll be like, he can't like he doesn't experience pain, I don't think, which is wild, but he'll just not be able to see anything. And I'm like, yeah, what?
There's also a condition I just learned about not too long ago where it's I think it's less than 10% or something estimated. People have this thing where they just see static,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but it's not related to headaches
right.
or anything.
Yeah. I saw. Yeah, some people just have like, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's like, yeah, that's like a type of like, I guess condition, like an eye condition or something. But it's just like
Yeah,
that's
I think
just
if I remember right, it's actually about the eyeball, not.
Yeah.
Interpreting
Yeah,
signals.
right.
But I could be wrong. Whatever.
And honestly, like, I really don't know where I think my migraines come from like different sources. I don't think I just get them from like one source. Meaning, I think
You mean the triggers?
triggers. Yeah. Because I think sometimes like weather, like
Right.
if there's a storm coming in, sometimes it'll
For
trigger
sure.
a migraine, but every storm that comes in does not trigger a migraine. And sometimes I'll get them like around the time that because I don't have periods anymore, but I still have a menstrual cycle because
Mm-hmm.
I have my ovaries. So like sometimes I can tell that I'm having like PMS or whatever.
Schmerz.
Right. And I'll get a migraine around that time. I'm like, okay, maybe this is hormonal. And I think really like the most upsetting thing was like, I was told that if I get hormonal migraines, that being on tea would take them away. And I still got migraines on tea. I was like, no,
Yeah.
damn it. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
I saw a clip of that one comedian who's trans or non-binary. I think they're transitioning, but talking about going on T,
Yeah.
and they were like, I think their name's Carson. I think something.
I don't know.
Anyway, you've seen them. I think you introduced me to them, but they were like, I went on T last year, and they told me that if I was, ever thought I would want to, I should probably freeze my eggs. And then they were like, those are very different decisions. That feels like a stipulation added by my mom.
Right.
I want to go on T so I can have a deeper voice. You can have a deeper voice when you get your life together.
Right. Exactly. Right. Well, something that I find really interesting is like there's a lot of people that'll be like, when I went on T, like, no one told me of the changes that I would go through. And I'm like, that's crazy, because when I was like, I'm thinking about going on T, I was given so many fucking pamphlets of like, and like everyone was like, by the way, if your dad's bald, you're going to go fucking bald on T, you fucking idiot. Like, everyone was like, is there baldness in any of your family? Guess what? You're bald now. Yeah. Just thinking about it, you're bald. And I'm like, okay. Like,
also, I know.
They're like, your clitoris will never look the same after this. And I'm like, okay, okay. It's never going to go back to what it was. Okay, cool. I know. Do you promise? They're like,
I want to say this.
Okay.
Because you and I both have this, and we cannot relate to people who don't, is how you're thinking about doing hormone treatment, and you're not doing your own research before. Yeah. You're not looking up everything you can get a hold of.
Right. They're like, I want to look like this person with a completely different body type and race.
Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah. like it'll be like, I want to look like this person that's 5'4" and completely jacked, and I'm like, I am 6 foot tall and 400 pounds. Right. And when I went on T, I didn't start looking like this twink. And you're like, that's not going to happen. Yeah. And it's wild, because people will be like, and you know, I do love sort of like before and after. Like, I remember, I think I told you this. I was someone. So you know how, I don't know if you've seen this, but you know how like when people are like, women will get called ugly on like Twitter or whatever, or on social media. And so they'll post a picture of the person calling them ugly.
Yes.
I thought that's what someone was doing, because there was like a really fucking ugly dude and then like a really hot girl. And I was like, oh, this is a burn. And then I realized it was like, this is like 3 years on hormones. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, good job then. Like, you really, it's always so fascinating to me when someone is like the ugliest dude you've ever fucking seen in your life. They go on hormones and you're like, wow, you truly were.
But how much of that is the hormones? You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, but no, it is, but it's like, it's because they didn't like themselves.
Sure.
Because, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's no reason to take care of someone you hate.
Touche.
You know, like,
I mean, it's also like, you know, if you're AMAB, you're probably not going to get good at doing makeup on yourself.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
Right. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's less
without incentive. Yeah. Say. But people will see that and think, I'm automatically going to get hotter.
Yeah, right.
And like, yes, that's true, because you're going to feel more confident, but you're not going to start looking like someone else. You're still going to look like, you're still going to have your nose. You're still going to have your body. It's just going to change. So like, you can't expect to become a completely different person. Like, you still have the same skeletal structure underneath. Like,
there's surgeries for that too. I mean, I'm just talking about like facial.
No, I know. You can get
a different skeleton.
No, like the people that do like the leg.
Oh God.
Like, oh my God, yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah. You want to talk about this movie or?
So Jean-Claude Van Damme, I don't know how long he was on T, but he's jacked.
Ooh.
My God, baby. Are you okay?
No.
Okay, I'm
in trouble sitting in the couch.
I'm really trouble sitting.
Accurate. We get him doing the splits for no reason.
Oh my God, I love that.
I mean, literally
like,
just to show off to some ladies.
I do the splits. Watch how simple it is.
This is how good I am at karate.
I do love that. Like, this is something that I do kind of enjoy, because it like, I don't know. I guess this film sort of impressed me with Jean-Claude Van Damme a little bit, because he does like sort of allow himself to like be beat up and be called a fag and like not really fight back against it. No.
I got a poo-poo.
Oh. Anyway.
So Bolo Young.
Oh, well, I was saying something.
Oh.
And I remember what I was saying. So, but hold that thought.
Yes. Held.
Jean-Claude, the Chad character? Chad? Is that what his name is?
That's one of them, yes.
Okay. You know, when we were first introduced to him as a grown-up, he's, like, sort of his signature move is that, like, high kick, you know? Yeah. He knocks some guy out, like, oops, I'm just super flexible and I can high kick. But pretty much every time he uses that high kick when he's in Hong Kong, he's like they kick him in the crotch, they knock him over, like it's
punch him in the crotch.
Yeah, it's his signature move that is proving to be not a good move in practice.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, and I was like, so there's aspects of like, this is what I'm saying about his performance.
Yeah.
Like, there's seemingly no fear of like someone like thinking he's weak or fragile.
Right, he's not afraid to.
Yeah, he's got, like his intention was to show, I mean, let this mean whatever you want, but his intention with like the reason why he wanted to play twins was because he wanted to show obvious range. I wouldn't say he necessarily has that, but like not acting wise, he doesn't have the best range acting wise, but it shows his lack of fear of being perceived a certain way. Like he did want one of the characters to be softer. He wanted him to be more gentle and not like, he didn't want to be seen as just a hard ass, basically. Right. So there was like seemingly not fear in him seeming weaker.
I mean, he dated Monica.
Monica who? Oh, girl. Anyway, talk about Bolo.
Or no, did he date? Does he date Rachel?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Because I remember when we watched Hard Target, I watched the scene where they meet him.
I don't remember.
And it's like Rachel goes to talk to him for Monica.
Oh.
And he starts flirting with her.
I don't remember. I mean, I know it happened on the show, but I don't remember.
The Corsican Brothers was a novel by Alexandre Dumas. Published in 1844.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good on him for that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was mostly my point.
And I think there's a fine tradition. I like Jackie Chan. Come on, he's always playing a fuck up in his movies.
Right.
I don't know. I'm still one of those. I feel like I don't know if I'll ever fully get into the martial arts genre movies, but I'm very tempted because it seems very rich.
Yeah, it also seems like there's a lot of sort of acknowledgement that this is like not to be taken like it not to always or only be taken super seriously. Right. Like you can have fun, you can be a fuck up in these, like like you said about Jackie Chan, like you don't have to be
only a badass or
only like a good guy. There are allowances for character growth,
right?
Or redemption arcs, and to do that you have to have a redemption arc. There needs to be something to redeem you from, so they're not afraid to have like a flawed hero, and I think that's something that
I think a lot of times too, it's like the dude just got out of prison and
yeah.
I'm talking about the Hong Kong movies. Like, there's a lot of again, I've only scratched the surface, so it only is fairly recently that I learned that what is thought of in the States as like these kung fu movies is largely stuff that came out of Hong Kong starting in the 60s.
Right.
Anyway, speaking of, Bolo Young started in the 70s.
Yeah.
What's the fun part that I was just going through his credits, and like Bloodsport seems to be his first American. I don't even know if that's an American production, but like Hollywood.
Right. But it was
U.S.
Jean-Claude, so yeah.
Right. Before that, he seemed to only be in Chinese movies. I don't know if they're Hong Kong, but probably.
Right.
And also looking at how he was credited, his name has gone through so many permutations.
Oh, interesting.
Like for a long time it was Yang, Yang T SZE.
Okay.
But then in other places, it's first of all it gets they get swapped.
Right. Yeah.
And then like sometimes instead of SZE, it's TZE.
Yeah.
Sometimes instead of Yang, it's Jung with a U. Sometimes it's a ZEE instead of Ts. I think this may contribute to. Bolo was the name of his character in Enter the Dragon.
Okay.
So I assume he just adopted that.
Yeah.
Or people just started calling him that.
Yeah.
He also did a movie that he directed called Bolo, which I assume is the same character.
Right. Yeah.
That he's playing.
Because I think it was in the 70s that it came out.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Which I think.
And that's even that I'm talking about. That's even before he started doing international movies. You know what I mean? These are just the Chinese movies.
Right. And I think Bolo, I was reading about it because I was like, is this like, I wasn't sure if this was like a documentary, like if it was just like about, you know, or something, or like a behind, but it's like, it's not, but like it was, so I was like reading about just because I didn't know, but I think it's about two guys who get out of prison and, you know, so I'm like, oh yeah, you know.
I've only tried watching one Bruce Lee movie and I think it's called The Big Boss. It's like one of his first ones.
Yeah.
And I was into it. It was just having to read.
Yeah. I will be honest, I'm not that into Kung Fu movies. They're fine, but I could never be a stan. It just wouldn't do much for me.
I don't think I'm going to be a diehard.
Yeah.
The thing is, when it gets to like the late 80s and early 90s, the Hong Kong movie, you know, like this is where John Woo comes from.
Right.
So that it really escalates as far as like insane stunts and shit. I know I've brought it up before, but I think it's called Heroic Trio, where it's three ladies. Mm-hmm. One is Michelle Yeoh. Yeah. And fucking amazing. It's just so over the top, like full throttle the whole movie, and like riding motorcycles through, you know, and like anytime there's a baby that anyway, I highly recommend it. That one. Yeah. You know, there's like supernatural elements and
amazing. Yeah. Well, yeah, like Michelle Yeoh, I think it's really interesting that she like she comes from that. Yeah. She got her start in, you know, doing martial arts movies. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really easy to forget that because of how much work she's done and the type of work she's done, and, you know, and you're like, oh, right. Yeah. She was just right there with Jackie Chan. You know? Yes. That's something that I think is impressive.
Well, and, you know, there's an obvious thing where the women in those movies don't get the same opportunities.
Yes. 1000%.
Karina Everson is the lady security guard.
Kara. I know. I was like, girl. I know, I get it. She frisks the girl, and like, I get it. That's, you know, it's problematic. Mm-hmm. But then she goes, now you can frisk me. And I was like, oh, it's hot. And they don't do anything. Like, they don't. And it implies that she's like a big old lesbo, basically. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm okay. That's fine. Yeah. I like it.
Turns out Double Impact, big.
They love.
Should have watched it for June.
Yeah.
What that scene exposes, I think, is for me anyway, was like we're so used to seeing this with like a dude.
Yeah.
Acting that way towards a woman, and then
right.
You're either. I feel like the options are you're either turned on by this or you're like, wow, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Where you wouldn't be.
Well, also there's two.
Potentially.
Yeah, there's also like two ways that it'll go in the movie. Like
Yeah.
she's like, oh my god, like she, it's shown as like a violation, or it's shown as like first date.
Yeah, right.
Like
Meet cute.
Yeah. And you're like, well, that's probably not going to be. And this is.
I mean, to be fair, they treated it like she's like, I was assaulted. Basically.
She keeps being like,
I was frisked. I was searched.
I got searched. And I'm like, I feel like you could say that differently.
Yeah.
I was searched. And I'm like, and every time she says it, everyone's just like, anyway. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, you can
She's
say.
like, that's who searched me.
And they're like, her? She can search me. Like no one.
Exactly. As we know, women can't do sexual assault.
It's true. I was a little bit hoping. I mean, it's a lot to ask. Mm-hmm. But like at the end, when the girlfriend is like tied up, and they're like implying, she's about to get essayed. Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping that the lady bodyguard would be like,
I got this.
No, like just like kick his ass and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, okay.
Wasn't she dead by then?
Huh? No, she was not dead by then. I was kind of hoping that she would like save the day a little bit, just because,
that would have been
girl power
cool.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah. Her death was such a letdown. The deaths.
I do like how she gets stabbed and like her legs are like she has like her leg like falls over the other leg. It's so weird. It's like,
I don't remember.
It's like this. She gets stabbed and she's like, ugh. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I like that she got killed in this the
most
same
anticlimactic way.
Yes, but weird stabbing way that she kills the guy that we see when they're in the club climax or whatever. Remember, she comes and stabs the guy in the chest.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the shortest blade, and it barely goes in, and then he's dead.
She's like,
yeah.
You're like, yeah, we know you. We watched you do it. We don't have to see you hold the knife to prove to us that.
Also,
he's dead.
I also found, which is doubly disappointing, because I found Bolo's death disappointing.
So weird.
But I typically love that kind of death.
For sure.
Because someone getting thrown into an electrical panel and is such an. I love that it's a trope.
Yeah.
Like, why does this come up so often?
Right. Exposed wires, they'll get you every time. I was like, this might be a way they might have. I imagine.
Yeah.
Because it was like they Jean-Claude and Bolo were in Bloodsport together, and they like formed such an amazing bond or whatever that Jean-Claude like was like, no one else but Bolo is going to be
why he's in this movie.
The villain in this movie. Like, it has to be him because they had such a good camaraderie. And so I imagined that part of why that death was so anticlimactic was that they were both like so like this is just headcanon.
Yeah.
This is headcanon. This is not real. But I imagine that they were like, we're such like tempered adversary. Like, we're so like
even
how we would the fight would go on for too long.
Yeah.
We would need to find a way to end it because neither of us would win this fight because we would just keep going and it would go on for too long. So we have to find a way that it ends in a way that's not like, and I just imagine that they like, because it's like, which one of us would win this fight? Like, we can't,
right.
I know, we'll just push him into so that you can't like imply that one is a better fighter than the other.
Well, Bolo should have said, I fuck bigger guys than you in prison, and then Chad or Alex or whichever one he's fighting rips his throat out. What's wrong with that?
I don't know what you said. What was the last thing you said?
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Okay.
Or, I came to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of
ass.
Mom. fudge
Yeah.
pops.
I think that
I didn't. That fight scene was also just not.
yeah.
They kept picking up barrels, and I'm like, knock
Man,
it off, knock it off, Donkey Kong.
What is Donkey King?
No one knows. Do you mean Dean Kane?
God, that's so funny. I used to say that to you all the time, and you used to be like, "Okay, I get it."
Yeah.
The scene where
I do like when he takes his shirt off though and flexes, and I'm like, holy shit.
I like the scene where Chad, I think, I don't know which one it is. I don't know who it's supposed to be. One of them is there's like a bunch of barrels rolling after him, which is so funny because like the barrels are very obviously empty because they're bouncing,
Yeah.
you know, like they're not. And he's just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like
Yep.
they're going to, fucking kill him or
Crush him.
something if they hit him. And then he like shoots one. I don't know. Something happens and one blows up. And then to get away from the one blowing up, that starts a chain reaction of blowing up
All the
every
other
single one of them.
barrels marked
He
flammable.
runs through a passageway between marked flammable barrels to get away from the exploding barrels, and they all explode. And then he's fine. He's not even burned.
What I don't understand is how
Which
the
I love.
ship is not completely destroyed. The explosions are too small, I feel.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that just because I like explosions.
Yeah. I like when they shoot the car that's in the water and it blows up.
Yes.
I love that.
I like
That's
that
really
too.
great.
Well, it is full of cognac or whatever. And cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
So,
It's supposed to. It's a really good
different
movie.
boat. A lot of boats in this movie. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's Hong Kong. But
Yeah. I do love the shots of the female bodyguard in the helicopter being like,
Yeah, I know.
just giving finger signals. One, because the finger signals she's giving are so,
Precise.
they're so like wimpy. It's just like it's like she's not actually pointing anywhere specific. She's just like, and I'm like, what are you telling them? No one knows. I don't know what you're telling them. I understand that you probably have some kind of rapport, or maybe it's written. Maybe you're flexing your muscles with specific directions written in the veins. But like,
Could be.
so funny. She's just like, but there's they go back to the
I know.
inside
I
the
know.
helicopter so many times, and she just keeps being like.
They had to justify.
Like
I know.
it just she seems like it seems like they're like it really does seem like they're filming and she's like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? You want me to point somewhere? Like, I don't know. Like it just seems like is completely like lost at what to do, and she's just like,
Also, a plot hole. I don't understand how they can't see their boat. There's just too many boats.
there's too many boats. I think she doesn't know which boat is theirs, but I like how
You could fly lower. Or wait till, they're out of the harbor.
I like how they go to where everybody is.
Yeah. They
And
fly
then they
all the way,
leave.
but they fly to where they're staying, but they don't know they're there.
Yeah, which okay, but
But why'd
then
you fly
they
there?
leave,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why didn't you stay there or what? I don't.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all kinds of helicopters are flying. There was one.
Well, yeah, that was just Frank.
There was one.
That was just Frank. All kinds of weird aircraft.
I know. I'm like, girl, calm
No, it's
down.
good. No, don't calm down. He's great.
Frankie!
You got a lot of explaining to do, boy. And I gotta ditch this boat and I'll get out of there.
Why? What's going on?
There's been a lot of strange-looking aircraft floating around here this afternoon. What is she doing here?
Geoffrey Lewis. Can't lose.
Would you recommend this film?
I don't know, man.
I think if you
not really.
I think if you're attracted to Jean-Claude Van Damme, this is probably a great option for you.
Sure, but you may have bigger problems. If that's the
exactly.
case.
But I also think you need to Google therapy in your area and try to make an appointment with someone. 2 things I loved. 1, everything I just talked about that I liked. 2, the when they steal a truck or whatever. And it's supposed to be Chad is outside and Alex is inside the truck.
Okay, yeah.
But it just looks like Chad is running alongside a moving truck. It's done so poorly. And
is that it? He's supposed to be still on the outside?
Jumps on it. And it's supposed to be he's just like holding up. But he's just like sideways. And so it just looks,
the worst.
It's so...
They did a fairly decent job with all the... I think that's composite, how they do that. I don't know how they do that, but the twin stuff.
Yeah, they did.
It's decent. It's decent for the time.
And I feel like they don't go too hard on it.
Yeah.
They do a great job of avoiding doing it too much without making it seem like they're in completely different rooms or like shooting. Like they do. I do think they do really well because they don't try to make it. They don't try to do too many, like, we're both standing right next to each other talking to everyone.
Yeah.
They don't do a lot of that.
Right.
There's a lot of back and forth of them standing opposite each other. So they don't make the mistake of Jack's back of, like, full on just showing the face of someone that's not. When there's not even a twin involved.
There is a scene or a sequence where they fight each other.
There is, yeah. I do think that was handled much better than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably as good as you're going to get.
Exactly. And it was better than Jack's back.
Oh, absolutely.
Where he's fighting someone that's not even his twin. And it's not him at
there's
all.
There's no reason.
Like, just
no reason to be this sloppy, guys.
They didn't tell that somehow this professional stuntman
did not
get the memo that you're not supposed to, like, make love to the camera while you're in a fight scene with someone.
So if you haven't, check out my slideshow, the slideshow for Jack's
please.
Back, because that guy's featured. Well, not featured. He's in one slide. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I found that this made me feel spoiled by Hard Target. Watching this. The other
Jean-Claude movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so over the top.
God, his fucking mullet in that movie.
Fuck. It's so greasy.
Ugh.
And there's a pigeon, remember?
Yes.
What's with this comedic beat where he falls through a stair.
He just trips, I think.
I thought it was supposed to go, and like that stair broke. Okay, whatever.
He's just a fucking klutz.
Oh, it's like the dark half.
Yep.
Bam Bam est là, il a repris le combat. Symbole des films d'action, il inspire les vocations. Jean-Claude Van Damme, son nom c'est Jean-Claude Van Damme. On veut pas d'ado, nous tout ce qu'on veut c'est Jean-Claude. À fond dans son métier, son succès n'est pas volé.
What about my father?